Hello, my name is Maureen. I'm an Irish traveller woman and I'm very proud of my cultural identity. Originally from County Galway, now living in County Offaly, working in Dublin. I'm a human rights activist who continues to work in partnership with non-travellers who stand in solidarity with our community to achieve equality and social justice for the traveller community and for other minority groups. My community, the traveller community, has a shared history, language and a nomadic way of life and cultural traditions. These traditions are strongly rooted in our religious beliefs, storytelling, singing, poetry, playing music, our love of animals and the outdoors. We are a hard-working community who have to constantly fight daily oppression and discrimination. I sometimes recall the time when I was a child in school. My teacher showed me her way on how I should spell my surname. She told me to add an E to the end, which I did until just before I was getting ready to make my first Holy Communion. On the day I went to the parochial house to collect my baptismal cert, which I needed before I could make my communion, I noticed that our parish priest didn't put an E at the end of ward. So I, being a somewhat cheeky, inquisitively nosy child, and liking things to be done right because receiving the Holy Sacraments were very important to my family and to my community, I pointed out that he had spelt my name wrong. He replied that this is the correct spelling and that I was spelling it wrong. I went to school next day and set out to inform my teacher that the priest, who is the closest to Holy God and who doesn't do anything wrong and must be obeyed, spells my name without an E at the end. She didn't like being corrected. From that day onwards, I haven't spelt ward with an E at the end of it. As I got older and a little wiser, I realised that this was the school's way of identifying travellers in the school system. There was a non-traveller family in the same school as me, with the same surname as me, who wasn't ever asked to spell their name with an E at the end. Trying to segregate us early in the beginning of our school days. That's what the school was doing. During my school days, I noticed that some of the teachers had either very low or no expectations for traveller children to achieve academically. If your family was nomadic, you got a seat in the corner, right down at the back of the room with plenty of lovely crayons and paper to colour. It saddens me deeply that some schools still haven't changed much in relation to their expectations for traveller children to achieve academically. Some travellers had to go through school hiding their identity in order to access a good education. This, in my opinion, couldn't have been good for a young person's mental health and well-being. I can only imagine trying to live a double life where you spend half your day denying who you are and where you come from while you're in school, and then coming home being your true self with your loving family who don't judge you. I'm glad that I had parents that never hid who they were and brought us up to be just as proud of our name, our cultural identity and our community. Anywhere I go, I make a point of letting people know straight away that I'm a proud Irish traveller woman. Whether they accept me or not is their choice. I'm happy with myself as long as I can show people that I'm not ashamed of my identity. I don't think I could live with myself if I ever had to hide my identity or lie about who I am or where I come from. During my young formative years, I grew up listening to my mother and my uncle Lawrence, God rest them both. If you ever watch Reeling in the Years on RTE, you will hear both of them speaking about traveller accommodation and the importance of education. They were good role models and very vocal on the importance of looking after our families and our community and being proud of our culture. So for me, during my childhood growing up, I listened to their advice. It came as no surprise to me that after having them as traveller role models, I became a traveller human rights activist. I constantly encourage our young people to stay on in education because I believe that knowledge is power and they are the future leaders within our community. I would also like to believe that we as a community have done our best to prepare our young people to overcome any obstacles or barriers that they might come across in the future. I have to say that it really saddens me that After all these years, and with the legislation that my community, the traveller community, fought for since the 1960s, in solidarity with non-travellers, we are still experiencing high levels of discrimination and oppression within Irish society. I'm part of a hard-working community, and I truly believe that if people took the time to get to know us, learn about our culture, and give us a chance as individuals, they might find it easier to be more accepting of us as Irish travellers and begin to treat us with the respect and dignity that we deserve as an Irish minority ethnic group. Oh, the feeling of camping in the countryside, travelling freely with family and friends by your side. Nothing like feeling the cool breeze of wind as it caresses your face. Oh, to be accepted and welcomed just like any member of the human race. Feeling proud of who I am is easy, I feel it every day. But not being accepted is a heartache that never goes away. I hold my cultural beliefs tightly within my heart, and there they will remain. Will I live to see racism gone? I truly hope all our hard work isn't in vain. My life and destiny as a traveller lies beyond my control, far deep in my heart, straight to my soul. As I pass each second of every single day, I take steps to travel to distant places far away. The road to end discrimination leads me to my final goal, but before God calls me, I hope I will get to see the world under control. We were made to praise God and be thankful for all we have, so I finish by asking you all to begin each day with love in your heart, peace in your soul, truth in your mind. You'll not only benefit by their presence, but also bring them to others, to your family and friends, and all those whose destiny draws across your path. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Enjoy this blessed day.